content. Learn the difference. Yes. Get the out of here.
Oh, I can't lie. I wouldn't have that. Oh, I wouldn't have that. Everyone said streamer university would fail, but then this happened.
Look, it's a holiday, and for those that are either out of work because of it or are out of work because they need to hit up Indeed, the biggest streaming event of the year has ended, and we've got everything covered.
Yo, we got news for the unemployed right now, chat. Hey. I can't lie, I've seen some clips of this. I feel like they went in, bro. I feel like they done their thing, bro. Why is it so quick?
So I have a lot of thoughts about Stream University, and I'm going to go into a bunch of detail about it in this video, but I want to start off by saying I think that this was one of the most creative and innovative things that has been done surrounding streaming. I think streaming gets a bad rap all the time. You know, people think that IRL streaming is extremely lazy, desktop streaming is extremely lazy, but so when Kaisenet came in, decided to do streaming at a university with a little bit of a difference.
But that's what streaming is, though. Streaming was supposed to be you sitting down and being quote unquote lazy, and other people enjoying your laziness, watching you play a game, watching you react to a video. This whole thing has changed streaming so, like, it's changed it completely, bro. Now, if I log into a stream, I'm gonna get people saying, bro, go outside, it's boring. Bro, this is so boring. Bro, take off your knickers. Something like that, bro. Man, I'm gonna be saying stuff like that because they're gonna think me sat at home playing a game is boring.
Spin on it. It was very refreshing to see. It was IRL with a purpose, at least if you came into it with that kind of perspective. So it was refreshing to see these things. Now, did that mean it went off without a hitch? Absolutely not.
Now listen, if you are caught, if people know where you are at, you will be arrested for trespassing. We have cops here. This is ours for the amount of days we have. The amount of cops that are on lock from police you just see and undercover are all around. I have cameras all over campus, everywhere.
And hell, that was just at the beginning of Streamer University because a lot of people wanted to be in touch with this. But I don't want to harp on the negatives in the beginning. Kai fired up this stream at the beginning where he showed off class, gave the orientation, you know, the first speech. Hood Mr. Beast came out and gave $10,000, and this was all broadcasted to 500,000 people live, which would mark Kaisenet's third biggest stream ever. We were going to announce the professors, announce that everyone was leaving with a phone because T-Mobile sponsored the event, a Samsung Galaxy S25,
with 1 year 5G
and
service.
1 year
That's
of
tough.
free 5G service so people could do the IRL stream.
That's
when
tough.
I say it started off without a hitch, and
That's
the
lit.
whole weekend, honestly, was a very, very positive experience as a whole. But I wish I could say that it was 100% positive because there always will be these bad actors when it comes to doing things like this. One of the biggest issues and complaints from Streamer University this past weekend was the big streamer, small streamer relationships and how they were supposed to mingle and coexist with one another.
There's a lot of people that I thought would be approachable but aren't. So.
Exactly.
And it's not even that I'm not going out my way because I am. That's not even like me. I don't even be doing that. Like,
who's not approachable?
Give me some of that. God damn. Give me some of that.
you have games in mind?
Oh, 100%. Oh, absolutely. Really? Oh, absolutely.
Now, I think that it's a shame that a lot of the small creators had this type of reaction or interaction with the big streamers or the other people on campus. And I don't necessarily think that it's the big creators' faults. I think that it's their expectations over anything. I think that people came into this with a notion that they were going to have just free range and free access to some of the biggest creators in the community. And I mean the biggest creators, and I mean free range and free access. But truly and genuinely, that's not how that works. Now, look, I'm not...
When you see the big streamers, when you see them, I can't even think right now because that yogurt I'm eating is so good. When you see the biggest streamers doing content with other people, it's always bigger streamers too, and they already know them. Like whenever you see DDG and J-Sync or Dirty Mac and doing this, doing that, bro, they've been knowing each other for so long now. That's why DDG don't know all of these people. He doesn't know the reason for them trying to get into his circle and all of that. So he distanced himself and he keeps it with people that he does know. But with the woman, he talks to all of the women. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't you, bro?
I'm not saying that these bigger streamers don't have to be I don't know, just good people in general, which I wasn't there. I don't have the full on experience, but that's not what they're saying in these videos. I personally believe that a lot of streamers came with some sort of notion or idea as to what was supposed to happen, and it did not happen. We've seen that happen at many sorts of events when it comes to content creators, whether it be DreamCon, whether it be, I don't know, MomoCon, whether it be any of the conventions, or even the situation of Streamer University. People go there with different sorts of ideas in their mind, preconceived notions, or whatever the case may be, and then are ultimately disappointed when their big streamer doesn't collaborate with them.
Can I expose everybody? What? For ego and small streamers? Oh, yeah. So everybody's getting mad at me like, what are you talking about, bro? No, it's on the truth. Be a real nigga. I don't go f***. Nah, this. I peep. Ego in me? Yeah, bro. Leaving them out of shit. Sure. But this shit big creator.
I just want to let you know that this guy is the biggest leecher I've seen in my life. So for him to be talking about how people are egoing him is ridiculous. I've seen him leech off of so many men before. Unless I'm thinking about someone else who is fat and black and looks exactly like him and is also from Atlanta. I don't know.
Creators, bro. The small creators, bro. And the big creators still stand to each other. Like, when it's overweight, I can still clap each other when it's over with, bro. Yeah. But the small niggas, bro. Help them get this shit. Yeah.
I saw a lot of smaller streamers.
I get what he's saying, but again, they don't know them. Like, if it's me, if I go there, I don't know if I'm gonna be classed as a small creator or a big creator. I've got over 1 million hella like of my shit, but no one knows me, innit? I don't be streaming like that. So I can't even speak on this and what I would be like if I was in there. But it's kind of like, why didn't all the small creators come together and do stuff together? Instead of individually one by one, I don't know, sitting in their room, going up to a big creator and then getting ignored. It's kind of like, broski, they don't know you. You know what I'm saying?
It's weird. Any sort of plan or idea when it came to creating their content. I tapped into these people's broadcast or their VODs or whatever that were on Twitch, and I saw a lot of people holding their phone, recording other people while they made content. That to me is not what I would consider an attempt at content creation. And maybe your big brain idea is...
Bro, half of the people, they have a phone. They can point it at themselves. They won't point it at themselves. They'll point it at everyone else. It's your stream. Why am I clicking on your stream and looking at DDG? Say something funny in the class, bro. Make yourself known.
Jump into a kerfuffle mindlessly and hoping for your own viral moment. But I don't know why bigger streamers would be obligated to do those sorts of things. I think one of the biggest missteps that I saw from this weekend from a lot of the small streamers is that they just did not have things planned. I didn't see a lot of people take on different personas, have characters, you know, have a content plan and go out there and put it into place. I just saw people live streaming, IRL streaming, recording them walking around or recording the specific class that they're in. And I don't think that that's the best way to go about doing content. So you can't get mad when, I don't know, Duke Dennis doesn't want to jump into your TikTok trend. He's done 6 of them today. And that's not a real content plan. Now, I will say there are some small creators who did have legitimate gripes as to what the big streamers were doing.
I wanted to bring this to you because obviously this is very important, and the teachers are saying, they're saying real and I'm trying to learn. But it feels like the bigger creators, they're just trying to have a viral moment to where the teacher gets distracted. And I'm real life trying to learn.
And that is real because I saw a video.
Agent is the only one who was genuinely teaching. Everyone else was just trolling. DDG was boxing his class. The 2 guys that he boxed, if you want to go there, he technically put them on. Oh, come on, man. You don't gotta understand as well, a lot of these smaller creators didn't even say anything. I feel like the smaller creators were even scared to open their mouths. I was looking, I've seen so many clips, like the small creators are just always there. Isn't that right, cameraman? Yeah, thanks for agreeing with me, bro. Oh, shut up.
Of Agent's, you know, streams where he was giving out true game and he had to tell the audience or his onlookers or his class or whatever to be quiet several times. He was giving out real things that people, even the bigger streamers, needed to go and take back to their own camps and do their own things. But instead of doing what needed to be done, they were trying to get a clip off or they were trying to go viral. And there were small streamers doing the same thing too.
So I told University is just a clip phone.
But if people are complaining about, you know, they couldn't get their moment to create their TikTok with, I don't know, DDG or something like that, go back to the drawing board, big fella. Now, also because there are a bunch of younger individuals at a college campus, naturally there's going to be some sort of bullying going on. I don't think it's right, but it happened this past weekend. And I will honestly say kudos to the community for the way that it was treated because she was on the verge of dropping out of Streaming University.
Someone was being hateful. People came into my chat.
Oh, this is so sad. I've seen this already.
Told me about it. And it's just, you know, can I let Kai know? Not him. No, I contacted our admissions panel. I said, I don't want anyone to get in trouble for this. I just think it's important for us to remind people like that we're all in the same position and that we need to treat people with kindness. That's what I told them.
And I think that's big.
Yeah, so basically what happened was, if you don't know, this girl was crying because another girl who was very ugly, by the way, I just want to put that out there. That was needy, Rev. Chopped cheese, bro. Whatever they call it, bro. Chopped cheese, bro. She was so dead. And she had the audacity to say that this girl was unattractive for no reason. Like, close your mouth, you understand? Then she was crying, and then Deshae and Ray and Rakai went to go comfort her, and it was tough. And it's like, I don't know. Obviously, like, that happens in school, but all of these people are grown. They know damn well this isn't school, so why are they acting like they're still in school, bro? Like, grow up.
Because ultimately what happened to her takes away from the greater event that was going on from Streamer University. You know, somebody being rude, somebody being bullying, while they're all there to attempt to become bigger, better, greater creators, honestly does nothing for the conversation. But like I said, a bunch of the community did very well in wrapping their arms around this young woman and ultimately not just getting to the bottom of the situation, but helping her become a better person, content creator, streamer, and just showing her love and embrace.
A lot of people from her stream come on my Instagram, TikTok, all that, saying I call her names and stuff like that.
This is the woman, by the way. This is like, you see what I'm saying, our chat? Cameraman, you get what I'm saying? Exactly, that's her. She can't even, bro, she can't even get Invisalign for herself. And she's over here talking, can't even get braces. Like, bro, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but you look like a bug. That's it, bro. I'm keeping it peak.
I didn't know she was here or anything like that. So then went on Twitch, searched her name up, saw you were here. So I'm like, okay, let me go find her, try to clear things up. Cause I swear, I'm not even like that. I'm not messy or anything. So, you know, I just want to apologize. Thank you for apologizing too, but yeah.
What the hell does she need to apologize for? What the hell?
Being in front of a camera, like tough skin, you gotta like learn to like embrace the jokes about yourself or like just any negativity, because it's always gonna be negativity, it's always gonna be positivity, it's always gonna be like,
true.
It's never gonna be like a 50-50 balance. It's always gonna be negative, it's gonna be positive. You gotta have that thick skin for real.
Listen, they think I'm musty, okay? So I'm telling you right now. It's okay.
But you lot gotta understand, Deshae is 5'4", 5'5", and he's walking around and people clown him about something that he can't change every day. Bro. He's right, bro. Reggie's right, bro. You gotta have thick skin in this game, bro. This ain't for the weak, bro. This ain't for the cold-hearted, bro. You think these lot are gonna throw fits and go crying in their bed every night when that happens? Nah, bro. You gotta toughen up, bro.
You got this.
But obviously, at the end of the day, she's a woman, so.
My little twin is here. Hi. Hello.
What are you doing? What's been going on?
So basically, just like yesterday, just chilling out, streaming, desktop stream, getting used to everything. People come to my chat, say this person is saying this and that about you. Specifically, they said like, oh, her hair is nappy.
Who?
I don't want to say
hair. Who?
I don't want to say their name. Thank you so much for another gifted child. Thank you so much. I hope I say your name right. Oh my god. Rage. I just like don't even know how to pronounce. Thank you so much for another 100 gifted. You guys are so sweet.
That's tough.
Not only was that one of the best things to come at it, but something that I alluded to earlier in the video is that Agent 00, another content creator that became a professor at Stream University, was literally one of the best classes, the best class at Stream University.
I seen some clips.
He was very open, honest,
I seen some clips. That was tough.
His
Agent
life
is tough.
like
I can't lie.
As a streamer, and
I've always messed with Agent.
That also was included in the tax number, so it is just overall a pretty rough month. But even though that's the case, we absolutely crushed it. That's peak for me, by the way.
300K in 1 month.
10 seconds of this, that means that the video is likely to perform bad, because if people leave early, let's watch time. Watch time is king. This video is always, there's going to be some drops, but you see how it holds?
This is the unique thing about Streamer University. There's not too many places and spaces.
That's a class I could have taught myself. I can't lie. That's really something I could have taught myself. Me and Agent, we should probably collab on that thing, because if I show Agent the amount of bread I made off for one video, it might get frisky. I can't lie, man. I'm gonna start doing calculations.
In which content creators really pour their heart out. I mean, literal screenshots from their own videos that will give you an insight as to what to do, what to look at, etc., etc. I think a lot of content creators figure out that their journey is them by themselves doing trial and error and trial and error and trial and error until they ultimately quit. Hell, that's life. They either quit, they succeed, but it's a bunch of trial and error by themselves. But what was happening at Stream University, specifically through Agent's class, is that he was giving people the opportunity to learn from somebody who has a decade plus in the game with real life examples and real life screenshots. And then to top it all off, he then extended them brand opportunities for people who have never had brand deals, which would ultimately kickstart their careers in content creation by giving them some capital to back up everything.
They're willing to offer $5,000 to 3 different streamers to do their first ever brand deal, okay? So I mulled it over with the chat, and the decision was Esty, Coach, and Kai. Can you please come to the front of the class?
This overall
That's
was a
lit.
major success. Do
What?
not get me wrong. As many
I'm
negatives
checking
as we
this
talked about, this was something that people should look at in order to replicate and do as much as possible. I mean, the opportunity to get real life experience from actual certified content creators that we all know and love, become the second most watched category on Twitch for the past couple of days. I'm talking about 23 million watch time hours. You know, brands offering Kai Cenat money like Tubi and Netflix and Amazon. Everybody having career ascensions. We saw that happening in the award ceremony where people's Twitch stats literally rose overnight because of Streamer University.
Danny Bands.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna try to do this without crying. First of all, all glory to God. This has been the best experience of my life. Everyone was so nice to me. Shout out to everybody here. You all deserve to be here. And I'm glad. I hope every single one of you got out of it what you're supposed to get out of it and as much as you deserve to get out of it.
Danny went from 70 average viewers to 2,600 average viewers during this whole time and gained like 115,000 followers. That's amazing.
That's tough.
But it seems like there's always going
That's
to be
tough.
bad apples in the bunch that are going to jeopardize this sort of production happening in the future. Last night at the end of Streamer University, some people got totally out of pocket. There was a few creators that thought clip farming was the meta to go, and I've been telling people about clip farming being bad on this channel for a very long time. So they decided to break into Agent 00's room, the best teacher on campus, and not only destroy stuff, but also steal from him.
Open the f***ing door, nigga. That's okay, we gonna tell you. You think I'm playing? Yo, what the f*** is that? Where is Jay at?
Valid crash out, I can't lie. Agent's too big, bro. You're not touching Agent.
Come in my room while I'm not there. It's a difference between content, nigga. Learn the difference. Get the out of here.
Giving very Zoe space. Now, ultimately, they did resolve this.
Oh, I can't lie. I wouldn't have that. Oh, I wouldn't have that. Oh, I would not have that one, bro. I can't lie. On my mom, so I wouldn't have that one, bro. Go get your get back
Agent
right now.
gave him one of the better life lessons yet again when it came to Streamer University.
There's lines, bro.
No, you're right. You're
You
right.
crossed the line.
You're right. You're
I
right.
feel violated.
No, you're right. You're right. And I'm sorry for that. You know what I'm saying? I was wrong.
I appreciate the apology.
Look,
look, bro.
And hopefully people go on with their lives and realize that there's levels to content creation that don't involve being some sort of nuisance. And I would also
That's
be remiss
crazy,
to
though. I
mention
can't
that, you
lie.
know, there was
I don't know
another
what
incident.
I don't know what exactly happened, but going into another man's room, touching up his stuff, taken from him while he's not there. I probably would have walked in there, swung. Big man thing, I would have walked in there, boom, quick one. I'm trolling, by the way, chat. Just kidding, guys.
That happened on the final night of Streamer University, where a gang of students led by Rakai also started a drama, fight, war, whatever in the hallways that led to the injury of a young woman. Ultimately, police got involved, and it caused Kai Cenat to make some sort of announcement.
What is happening?
She got shot in her eye? You okay? What is it, water?
No, somebody shot me. I'm BB gun.
Okay, let's get you downstairs. Let's get you downstairs.
I shielded it from Kai too. I protected him.
Which guy?
Kai Cenat.
He was here?
Yeah, he was on the floor. He was next to me when I got shot.
Oh wow! Oh my! What did he do? Nigga, one of the students got hit in the eye with an Orby, and she's claiming the last thing she saw was me, and she's telling police.
everybody, if you are on campus, I had a spark lab on my phone. Relax. Everybody clean. Everybody. Because somebody got hurt. So now I'm on my way to the hospital, and all I'm asking for y'all is to clean. Because everybody y'all not being considerate.
And there's a whole video after this weekend to make about Rakai himself and nuisance streaming and taking it too far and all this other stuff. Some of the stuff that people have been signaling for a very long time.
I might be wrong, right? But aren't they all doing what Kai has already previously done, so they think it's okay to do? Or am I bugging out? Has Kai not used an Orby gun? I'm not saying that just because he used it, you know what I'm saying? That like is his fault. I mean, look who's shooting, bro. This looks up to Kai. Bro, all of these men look up to Kai. Come on. Like, put two and two together.
And nuisance streaming and taking it too far and all this other stuff. Some of the stuff that people have been signaling for a very long time, but we'll save that for another day. But this is the stuff right here that causes Kai Cenat to not be able to do this stuff anymore. Something that he alluded to in part of his streams is that he's not going to be doing Streamer University ever again because of stuff like this. Now, he might have taken it that way in the moment.
It's crazy because I was speaking to Sam Ham. Shout out Sam Ham, only brother from the UK that was in there, apart from the Irish guy, he don't count. Shout out Sam Ham and that. Sam told me that he was planning to do another one. And this was, this was just before all of this happened. He was telling me, yeah, Kai thinks that we should do another one, And now Kai doesn't want to do another one because of this.
But
He probably
I don't
would.
think that young woman was saying the last thing that she saw was Kai Cenat being the fact that he caused this in some way, shape, form, or fashion. What he's literally saying is, I saw Kai Cenat. Like, Kai Cenat was literally next to her. And when the Orby hit her in the eye, the last thing she could see out of her other good eye was Kai Cenat. But the way that the narrative is going to get spun, et cetera, that's what happened. But this is why this isn't open to any and everybody. Content creators and non-content creators don't mix for this specific reason, because content creators know what the boundaries and the limits are, while non-content creators, get lost in the sauce and take things too far with people that they ultimately don't know. I think the way that it was handled by Agent, along with the others,
I just think there should be no children in there. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there should just be no kids in there. I feel like Rakai and them man there that were under the age of like 21, they just shouldn't have been there. It's too childish. Way too childish. And that one girl, that black girl with the nasty teeth, the one who called the other girl unattractive and said blah blah blah. Yeah, she get out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here, man.